8 months after the release of This Love, Khalil swiftly returned to the studio to record Wonderland, his third album.
Wonderland, my latest album. This album is about the environment, or to protect our environment. But besides that, it's a double theme. It's basically aiqing, which is basically romantic love, love between two people, and our environment, which is a symbolic theme I use, because I think it's like humanity and our world, our planet Earth. It's like you have a couple, if between both of them, if they don't protect their relationship, if they don't nurture it properly, if they don't respect it, then it will fade away and it will die.
Khalil blends soulful vocals with a backing of strings, keys, and a wholesome beat. The new album features a breadth of musical versatility suited for all sorts of listeners.
For the music aspect, I wanted to go for a very specific tone. This time I wanted to give the audience a clear-cut identity of who I was, because previously I haven't gone to Mandarin markets, so a lot of people have never heard of me. So I think this is the best chance to say, hey, here I am, this is what I do, and hope you like it.
A highlight on Wonderland is Khalil's personal version of a love song.
Love song, the first single was written because I had all these albums. I had 2 albums previously, which never actually wrote specifically about love. Since I started writing songs till now, continuously people surrounding me would say stuff like, why don't you try writing, something like that or something like this? It might be easier for certain people to hear, And for me, culturally, it wasn't really an option, because I didn't listen to most Chinese music. I didn't have that in my blood, to say. So I, put in a lot of these titles of very, I'd say, very famous and well-known, and actually very nice songs from other artists. Not from a perspective of trying to diss them off or anything, but really just that I thought that they were works that were worth mentioning, and at the same time I wanted to express that they have their love song and I've got my love song. So here's the love song.
Besides co-producing the album, Khalil also played most of the instruments on the tracks.
For this album, I had a lot of fun because I tried to play as many instruments as I could this time. Sometimes it's actually a necessity that I have to kind of try to play it in order that it has that sound. I think for me, the whole package, just writing, singing, and producing, co-producing, because I do work with another producer, and that whole process is the most fulfilling.
Khalil's second single was not originally intended for the album.
The second single on the album, I wrote that, and it was the last song I wrote. I think that was the point where the record company came in and they told me, I think we need one more. So I went back and then I wrote, and I just chose this really cheesy keyboard sound from the 90s. I just changed it straight into sort of Earth, Wind & Fire, kind of a funky 70s kind of track, and trying to make it as authentic as possible. It was great because we brought in brass players, and we did that whole thing. We had, again, all real instruments. We're trying to go for a very traditional sound, and now it's, production-wise, it's one of my I think, favorites on the
album. The music video for Sorry was shot under gray skies in Taiwan, fitting for the song.
The Sorry video we shot. It's near the ocean and it's very cold. It's probably about 8 degrees by the ocean, which makes it colder. And we just kind of did that for the whole day, and with continuous sand going into your mouth, and so you're really wondering what you're doing there, and trying to be cool as usual in MVs. And this is one of those MVs where we have the musicians and everyone's again dressed to look stylish. Yeah, the experience was that it looks glamorous, but it doesn't feel that way.
Khalil returns to his soulful roots with his third single, Is It Enough?
For the third single, we have a song which is Go Will Go, which would be Is It Enough in English, I guess. And that song was musically is like a Motown-esque kind of song, influenced by a bit of Stevie, a lot of chord changes in that, and a bit of English lyrics. Do you know how it feels every time that you say goodbye? Goodbye, you say. Do you know how it feels every time?
The video paired Khalil with a very attractive Taiwanese model, Shatina Chen.
One point in the video where I'm singing right next to her, really intimately to her ear, and that whole scene was shot where she's quite tall. She's about my height, maybe a little more, but then she had to wear heels with her outfit, her dress. So when we were doing that shot, for some reason she didn't take off her heels, so they gave me a box, and I stood on the box right next to her. I sang to her, and the director's like, you gotta look cool, and you gotta look, handle the situation, and you're the man. And I'm there standing on a box, and singing to this model, who's like, she's got, her eyes are like, really, really centered and everything. I just felt really dumb at that time. Bye.
With 3 albums under his belt, Khalil is now ready to conquer his audience on a much bigger stage.
Concert for my new album. It's also the biggest concert I've done so far. This is going to be a fun show. My material has gone through a lot of transformation. Me and Edward, we've been kind of changing the material every time we've done a live show. So I think this time we've got like the right mixture, the right arrangements. We rearranged a lot of stuff this time, so I think people are going to, get a pretty fresh sound from my material. The biggest difference, I guess, it's a much larger show. It's about 3,000 people. So we're going to go for a much more active, much more energetic mode, I guess. So with the musicians, we kind of gave them a lot more to do.
Khalil's Wonderland concert was sold out over 2 nights. Among the guest stars who attended were Fiona Sit, Andy Cho, Fama, and Kate Tse.
We're just trying to get the crowd up out of their seats, so we're hoping that this time the actual venue is going to shake. Doing a lot of continuous promotions within the next 3 or 4 months, which means narrowed down to a really short time to actually work. So I hope that I can try to fit everything in time and figure out what my next theme is going to be, or what direction I want to head to. Yeah, but I think at the end, it's just still me continuing my stories.
As he continues to write his own story, don't be fooled by his black rimmed glasses and nonchalant demeanor. Khalil Fong's passion for his music is bigger than most may think. By blending sounds and inspirations from the East and the West, he's creating something completely new and refreshing on the music scene. Keep an eye out on Khalil. His future is only gonna go up.